Oh my lord. Alright, take 3. Hopefully we get audio on this one. Today, we're going to talk about Kirimoto, and we're going to talk about how to take our completed phone model and how to use an application within Onshape called Kirimoto in order to basically slice it and prepare it for laser engraving. So at this point you should have your finished model. That's this guy right here. I also have another example. That's this guy right here. Right, and when I made these models, you can choose to either make the models assembled or separated. I chose to make them separated as opposed to assembled because it helped me envision the template better. And it's entirely up to you how you choose to do this. You can also assemble it after to get a visualization if you choose to do that. Once you are totally done with your model, however, let's go ahead and talk about Kirimoto. So in order to install Kirimoto, we're going to hit the plus sign in the bottom left-hand corner. We're going to go to Applications, and we're going to go to the App Store. Once we enter into the App Store, we'll type in Kiri, and we'll see our Kirimoto. This should show up, Kirimoto Cam. This, like I said, is a slicing software that is installed within Onshape and allows us to work with different stuff like FDM printing, SLA 3D printing, water jets, CNC routers, and of course laser engravers, our application. I'm already subscribed, but you're not, so go ahead and it's a free subscription. Go ahead and click subscribe, and it might take a little bit just to install. Ooh, bad ratings. Anyway, make sure it gets fully installed, and then you can go ahead and close out of it, and you might have to reload Onshape, so go ahead and reload the page. You might even have to give it a minute, but once it's fully installed, you'll be able to hit the plus sign in the bottom left-hand corner, go back to Applications, and you'll see Kirimoto right there. So go ahead and open up Kirimoto. It might take a second. I got a couple other ones loaded here. Hopefully not too long. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that just so I can show you how to get everything imported here. So once we get into Kirimoto, you're going to see that it can be used for FDM, CNC, SLA, laser, water jet, all sorts of different applications, which is super cool. So let's go ahead and let's import our files. You might already have this pop up, and that's fine. Just go ahead and start importing your different parts. You're going to have to go to File, Import, and then import your next part. And then I have 3 parts, so I'll go to File, Import, and import my 3rd part. You're going to see that it lays it out real nice for me. If you don't like the way it's laid out, if it fits outside of your template space, because remember we need to make sure it fits inside the template space. If it fits outside the template space, and you can adjust it, but mine is perfect. Now, before we go ahead and slice and export it, we need to do one last thing. We need to make sure that these are all connected. So I'm going to hold the Shift key and click and select all 3 of these items. And then once all 3 of these items are selected, I'm going to go up to this like 20-sided die looking thing, and I'm going to click Merge Object Meshes. That's going to ensure that all of my objects are now one single object like we see right here, which is exactly what we want. That will ensure that it will not stack when we go ahead and slice, which, well, one last thing. Let's ensure that we are all in the laser mode. I'm not sure what mode it opens up to, but let's ensure that we're in the laser mode. We can then go to slice. When we slice, we'll see what this looks like as a sliced model, and then we are going to go to preview. And then we are going to see basically the cut path that that laser engraving nozzle is going to follow as it cuts out your model. Everything looks copacetic. They should be separated and not stacked on each other. That's why we group them together. If everything looks nice and beautifully laid out, we can go to export. You are going to name this your period, so either 1 or 3 or 5 or 8 or 9. You're going to put your last name, and you can write phone. You're not going to adjust the segments, just leave as is, and we are going to export this as a DXF. Once it is exported as a DXF, you can go ahead and you can submit it to Schoology. Oh no. Sorry. You can go ahead and you can submit it to Schoology, and you are going to be submitting it in the phone stand project folder in the phone laser stand file submission. So go ahead and submit it there, and that's how you get your points. Alrighty, till next time.